So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and this is our friend Train Driver, who is in the Tier 6 American medium tank, the M4 Jumbo. Now, the M4 Jumbo is a really fun tank to play if you know what you're doing. It's got surprisingly bouncy frontal armour, as the name Jumbo would suggest, and it's a bit of an oddity on the tech tree. So normally, as you're working through the tech tree, you want to unlock the next module because it's better in some way. Now, on the Jumbo, the stock turret is actually better in terms of armour by quite a lot. I want to say 200mm of armour as opposed to something like 70 or something silly. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the chat down below, but it's something like that. You have an awful lot more armour if you're equipped with that. Now you lose a little. I think you lose a few hit points and you lose a little bit of view range. But our friend here, Train Driver, this was the first game he configured it this way. He put the derp gun on, the 105mm. He's got the bigger turret, and you can see immediately he bounced a shot from that Steve 74. Steve 74 has got a nice gun, pretty accurate and pretty good penetration values, but no way he was going to get through the front there. We put a shot into the Steve, which is nice, only 170 damage, but hey, not to be sneezed at. Another one into the top of his turret. Bounce a shell again from the Steve. Steve's making a run for it. We're on Tundra, by the way, just in case you hadn't realised. And Train Driver is top tier, which is nice, but his team have all YOLO'd out to the hill or camping in the corner up at B0, and there's only a few tanks covering the centre and the right where Train Driver is. So here comes a mad Panzer IV 3, tracks him with the first shot, but did take a hit himself, and now the pair of them are coming at him. He manages to track the Steve 74, which is useful. Bounces another shot from him. Here comes the Panzer again, hits him in the front drive wheel, does damage and tracks him, takes a HE hit in return, blocks another 2 shells there, tracks the Steve again. This is the beauty of a derp gun. Not only do you do damage, but you do module damage as well. Takes him down. Now the Panzer IV is thinking, why did I come around here? To die, obviously. So there you go. That was a great end. Indication of the armour on this Jumbo. He blocked 1200 damage from those tanks as they came in on him, and actually only took, was it only one scoring hit, I think, and gave out almost 1000 damage himself. Now I thought for the first minute he was going to turn in and have a go at that T150 down there in the gully, but I think given the fact he's backed up by an OI, they probably thought maybe that's not the best idea. So instead he's going to head up round the back of the one line and try and get behind this KV1, and that would release our KV1S. Oh, but there's a Hetzer. Hello, Hetzer. Hetzer running away, shell up his Jaxie, and he's one-shotted. So the only problem with that is given his position away. He was spotted obviously when he fired. Now this KV1 should know that he's coming if he's looking at the mini-map. But of course, who am I joking? You know, somebody looking at the mini-map? Good grief. Yeah, of course he wasn't. He was focused on the front, and as a result, Train Driver gets behind him. Actually doesn't do a huge amount of damage, to be fair. His first shell only did what did it do? 55 damage. It made sure that the KV1 moved forward aggressively, and then the KV1S managed to take him out. So suddenly the game is back around the other way. It's well, I was going to say 11-8. It's actually 11-9 now. Those heavy tanks on the enemy team are still sort of sitting back in the middle gully there. Looks like our team have finally taken the hill, which took them a hell of a long time to do. So Train Driver's coming up here towards the enemy cap. Oh, but there's a Nashorn who misses his shots, takes his time, aims in, but of course the more you take your time, and bounces a shot from the Nashorn. looks like the last one doesn't have the top gun because he's only doing 220 damage. I'm not sure what the big 88mm does, but I'm sure it's a lot more than that. And there's a third shot bounced, and this is the Jumbo in action. I mean, just brilliant. There's another shot. He's now blocked 2,000 damage. There's another shot blocked. You'd think this Hetzer would give up and go somewhere else. Finally, the Hetzer gets a shell in. Who's going to reload fastest? Well, they both fired at the same time, but again, the Hetzer's shot was blocked. So Train Driver's now got 3 kills, but it's still very tight. It's 13 plays 12. The OI and the T150 have still got a fair bit of health. He's going around the edge of the cap, doesn't want to give his position away. Wants to try and get behind one of those heavies. Because although he's got good armour, they're not much use against the gun the 150 carries or the OI is likely to have. So it's just sitting here waiting to keep an eye on what's coming. Saying, here comes the OI. Good thing he waited. Here he comes. Oh, that was a shame. Probably should have waited a little bit there for the shot, but hey, he's had a good game so far, so I'm not going to criticise. And it's easy in hindsight to think, oh, well, if he allowed him to come across the gap and tracked him in the gap, it would have meant the OI was in real trouble. But nice shot that time. Takes a hit. Tracked him as well by the look of it, I think, or maybe not. That's another nice hit, and this OI is in all kinds of poo. He's being shelled by all sorts. Oh, comes to your left, to your left, to your left. I didn't see. He didn't. Now I accused him of accused the KV1 of not paying attention to the mini map, but he didn't. I'm afraid. Look at the mini map there. That T150 came round his flank. Now, can he finish him off? Oh, just leaves it on. Oh my word. T150 firing HE. That was a godsend, because I think that probably would have killed him. But his shot wafts into the mud. Can't afford to take a shot from that 150, but the KV1S is coming around behind. KV1 took the attention of the T150 and so allowed Train Driver to pop up. Puts another shell into him. They're critting him as well. That's the beauty of the HE shell, it crits. But they've got to get rid of this guy before the OI gets here to interfere. That was the 150 firing. Come on, take him down. Nice. Oh, still can't quite get a decent pen hit. This 150 doesn't know whether to shit or bust. And actually what he's going to do is go back to the garage. So, I mean, this shows that KV1S helped Train Driver out considerably, and it was only in the game because Train Driver had come round and helped him out. So, you know, it just goes to show karma comes round, right? Sometimes you help out a teammate and it comes back and helps you. And I think that's definitely the case. This KV1S really helped him out. So he's sitting in the cap, he's trying to draw that OI. I can't blame him, he's on, 13 hit points. It's going to be pretty hard to deal with that OI. At least if he knows the OI is coming, he can have a chance of putting a shell in and then scampering away before the OI manages to aim. Oh, here he comes. So there's the OI coming across the bridge. Oh, but he manages to get the snapshot away, but KV1 kills him in the same time. GG. So not bad when the first time you've used that configuration, Train Driver. Really nice game. As I say, the only criticism I could have is that T150. You were tunnel visioned on the OI and didn't look at the mini map as that T150 came up and smacked you, which took out an awful lot of hit points. But other than that, really good use of the armour. Very nicely played. Took advantage of being top tier and bouncing shells. Bounced an awful lot of damage there. We'll have a look in a minute how much. Of course, it was the ace tanker. You got bruiser, you got fire for effect, cool headed and high caliber. Finished out top of the team. 2,595 damage and 3 kills. 1,310 experience, base experience. Fired 27 shots, hit with 19 and penned with 18, or did damage with 18 for that 2,500, 2,600. He took a whopping 23 shots and only 6 of them penned him. Blocked 2,550 damage. Yeah, he was top tier, but this thing, when it's top tier and you get in that kind of scenario, I mean, a lot of the time he was hull down. They were they were unable to pen him, just unable to. 45,000 credits after costs, because there weren't many, was 34,500 profit. Times 2 for the day gave him just shy of 4,000 experience there in that game. So I think his experiment of using the stock turret and the HE gun could be considered a great success. So well done, Train Driver. Thanks for sending that one in, mate. Really appreciate it as ever. It's nice to get some games from you. And anybody who else has got a game that they want to send in, just upload it to the WOT replay site, like he did here, and send the link to my email address. You'll find that in the contact details, but just for your information, it's gamerdom13@gmail.com. Send the link, not the whole file, just send the link to the place on the WOT replay site. Let me know briefly why you think it's a good game, and I promise to have a look at it. And if I think it's going to be fun for people, I'll stick it up on the website, on the YouTube site. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Enjoy your games, have fun. It is just a damn game, you know. Try not to take it too seriously. And I'll see you again soon. GamerDom out.